All right, let's get started. We have over 100 people here, so let's get going. All right, so what we're going to be talking about today is getting your buyer presentations ready. I'm not sure why. There's some news out there, some changes that are happening that are making us do this. And I think it's good. It's good for the industry. I think it's good for clarity to the consumer. I think it's very helpful for everyone involved. Of course, a lot more work for the buyer agent, but I think in the end, it will be better for us. And I'm a buyer agent too. So, all right, let's get started. I'm an agent just like you. I just did a $5 million deal in San Francisco, selling a new development condo to someone from Houston. I saw a couple of people in here from Houston, but I was the number two condo agent in San Francisco for a number of years and built a brokerage. Climb was my brokerage, top 250 brokerage in the US. And I founded Highnote afterwards. Climb, we did a lot of techie stuff. We did a lot of cool things to improve our sales and make sure we won every deal and every appointment. And so after we sold Climb, I started Highnote to teach the rest of the country these methods. So I taught hundreds of agents and brokerages how to win. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret if you don't know already. Having a great digital interactive presentation wins appointments, hands down. And there's a number of reasons for this. One, you stand out. Two, you stand out. Three, you stand out. And in all seriousness, you look better. It's clearer. Presentation is everything. First impressions are everything in life in general. So, we realized this secret very early on. Every time we were competing against another agent or another bigger brokerage, a more experienced agent, a more experienced team, a larger or a brokerage that's been around forever. So we couldn't control a lot of these things. The only thing we could control was our presentation. How good, informative, how clear, how beautiful of a presentation could we make? And is that enough to compensate for our relative shortcomings? And I will tell you, absolutely. It absolutely does. It helps demonstrate value. It helps make it clear what your value is as a real estate advisor, a real estate professional, an agent, a brokerage. And it shows that you're doing more. You're doing more. It lays the foundation for you as a service professional that, hey, if they put together something so great and so thorough and so informative, they may be better and in servicing this transaction or may be a better agent. And that's the signal that you want to provide, that you are going to be better. And so today, you absolutely need a great buyer presentation today. And everyone needs it. I saw a statistic, 89% of agents don't have a buyer presentation. Of course, that's dropping as more and more agents are adopting them. And trust me, do I want to make a buyer presentation personally? No, I don't. It's like, oh my gosh, we're gonna make a buyer presentation now, but it's gonna be necessary if you want them to sign that buyer broker agreement. So, and let me show you our technique and how we win appointments and how the modern agent today is winning appointments. All right. This is the appointment process, right? Anytime you meet a lead, there's a lead that finds you, there's an initial email or phone call, there's an in-person meeting that you set up, right? Now you have for a listing appointment, it's just a listing appointment, right? You visit them at their home, you tour their house. But now for a buyer appointment, it's going to be a buyer appointment or buyer consult, buyer meeting, whatever it is, there's going to be a meeting now. If you hadn't already, and before you look at homes. And then there's a follow-up, right? Following up after the meeting. What do you say to follow up on any open action items after the meeting, and then closing them? So This is the typical five-step sales process. It's common across many sales industries, but specifically real estate. Now, the appointment, right? A lot of people just show up at the appointment and they hope to win them with their charm, their nice suit, and their good looks. But it's not enough. I'll tell you right away. And what you should do, and it doesn't hurt to do it, and it only helps, is sending something before the appointment. You could also send a stunning digital presentation, right, before even getting an appointment. Like, in other words, you just get a lead and you're just trying to get an appointment. You could send something great. And what you want to do is what you send really matters. If you send something average, especially when compared to the other agents, guess what? You are average, right? Again, you're going to be behind the other agent that sends something better, whatever better is, right? And we already know what better is. It's Highnote. It's the Highnote digital presentation, and it's not an email with a PDF. That's for sure. That's the worst thing to do because that's what everyone sends. And even if you don't send it, there's a lot of agents that don't even send anything. So, but sending something that's outstanding is going to get you to win deals, and it's in your attitude, right? It's are you going to win, or are you going to just throw it to chance and leave it to an in-person meeting? For us, we always decided we were going to win. We were going to win every single appointment, and that's the way if you're in sales, that's the way you should really treat your business. Leads are few and far between now. You need to close every single one of them. So now after the appointment, if you haven't won it at the appointment with your charm and good looks and your presentation, you should follow up with another standout digital follow-up presentation. I saw a recent study that 60% of buyers and sellers want their agents and expect their agents to be tech forward, to be using all the latest tech out there. So sending something that's tech forward positions yourself as an agent that is that way, tech forward. So now another way to look at this is you're thinking the sales appointment as three parts. Break it up into three parts: the actual appointment, and then the follow-up. And the way you affect the close probability and the win rate is by doing more, better, and before and after, really to extend the process out, to make sure you win these appointments. And this is the secret of our success, and it's pretty intuitive. I think a lot of you may already send something out before. A lot of you don't. And we built Highnote to make it easy for you to do just that. I'm going to pause here for some questions. If there are any questions right now, I'd be happy to take them. Who doesn't send stuff ahead of time of a meeting? And I'm talking about like a pre-listing presentation. And for buyer presentations, this is a new thing. And not a lot of people did buyer presentations or sent things ahead of time, right? Sent anything thorough. Now we're going to. But let me know if you don't now, or even if you do. Tell us what you do already in the chat. All right. So, there's so many things to send, right? And they're everywhere. They're in every single file format imaginable. They're in your desktop. They're in your cloud. They're in this software program. They're in that software program. And so having a system where you can collect all this stuff and put it into one system, which is like Highnote, is the way to go. And when you're doing your buyer presentation, it's really hard to figure out what to do. So don't worry, we have you covered. We have these great templates that we're going to show you. And we're going to actually be there's going to be a press announcement, pretty soon about these new templates. But we're introducing them. You guys are one of the first to hear it. Introducing Highnote's buyer presentation templates with done-for-you service. Plus, we're giving a money-back guarantee with these as well. All right, let's go through what a buyer presentation looks like. All right, now don't forget. And this is a high note buyer presentation, right? Now you can use these sections and make it into your own PowerPoint or Canva and PDF, but we think you're leaving something on the table if you're not sending it through a sales platform system, a sales presentation platform system like Highnote. Well, first of all, one, you need to build trust and credibility. This is what this helps you do. Explain and show your value. Being a real estate agent is complicated, and helping buyers buy homes is complicated. The problem is that most buyers really don't understand clearly what a buyer agent does. They just think they search properties and they set up appointments and help me make offers. We all know that's an oversimplification of what a buyer agent does, especially a good buyer agent, right? You're looking out for the client, right? And so you need to build trust and show that you care about the client. Not only that, that you're knowledgeable, you're experienced, you've seen many issues come up, and you know how to deal with them. The other reason why you want to send it this way, as I mentioned before, you need to show that you are tech forward, right? Everyone is in tech. You have cars that can drive themselves, right? Tech is upon us. And if you don't adopt technology, you're going to be adopted by tech by being replaced by some AI robot. So, show you are tech forward, adopt technology, and deliver using technology. The other reason why you do it this way, you want to stand out from the other agents. So, you want to be different, right? You don't want to send or do what everyone else does. And here's the other reason why you do this ahead of time, because you want to set up the in-person meeting for success. So remember, you're breaking the appointment up into thirds: a pre-sale, the actual sale, actual appointment, and then a follow-up. All right, there's some question here. Let me see. Chris, you were just messaging us. Message everyone. Let me see. I don't see a question. But where's the question? I don't see the question. Zoom, we love it and hate it. Let's see.
So there was a question that was sent by Cheryl. The question is there a protection on presentation?
Is there a
So
what?
a protection on presentation so
Protection.
that yeah,
So,
so
oh,
that if they share it, like it blows up
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can password protect these presentations. And you could also require an email to view them. And you could also retract these Highnote presentations. So after you send it and you wanted to make it inaccessible, you can do that. You could also prevent downloads, right? So, okay. Chris, mute, please. Okay, let's keep going. All right. So now let's show you what this buyer presentation looks like. Now, again, you don't have to use Highnote, right? Obviously, it's better, but I want to show you what ours looks like and why ours we feel is the best buyer presentation in the business. So first off, you start off with a positive note, start off on a high note. Congratulations on embarking on your journey towards owning a home. Then you start talking about you and your team. We recommend including a video here.
I'm Chris Lim, and I'm the founder of Climb Real Estate. I don't know what my favorite neighborhood.
Put a video in here, whether it's professional or casual or off the cuff from your phone, whatever it is, you should include a video. Why? Because it warms them up to you. You're trying to build a relationship. Remember, this is about trust. Trust is solely about relationships. So you need to demonstrate some connect. You need to connect with them emotionally and on a personal level. And video is the best way to do that. So including a video in here really puts yourself apart. The other comment that people say when I mean people is that agents who use Highnote presentations and they see their buyers and sellers, that the buyers and sellers say that they feel like they know them already, especially when they include a video, right? So you want to make your buyer and seller feel like they know you already. You've seen movie stars on the street or professional athletes. When I see them, I feel like I know them, and I walk up to them and it's like, "Hey, how's it going, LeBron?" and they don't know me, right? But I've seen them so many times, I feel like I know them. So it's an instinctive human trait to want to connect with people. And so sending a video is super effective to helping build that relationship. You want to talk about you're an expert real estate advisor. Really reassure them who you are and what you do. Talk about your team. And again, I've said this a million times. If you don't have a team, make one up, right? You have a spouse, they probably help you, add them on your team. Do you have children? They probably help you, add them on your team. You have a managing broker, add them on your team. Do you have a front office person at the office? Yes, add them on your team. How about a transaction coordinator? Yes. How about an attorney? Add them on your team. Add anyone that helps you in any sort of form and fashion, maybe your lender, maybe your graphic designer, but make a team. Why? Because other agents are on teams, and you need to show that you're part of a team. You don't always have to, but why not, right? If you can make one up, put it in there and do that. It will only help. My brokerage, talk about your brokerage, why you're at this brokerage, why it's good, showcase the pros of your brokerage. And then what you need to do, this is a very important slide. It's discussing the essential value that agents provide, right? And there's many things in here, right? And we provide this template for free if you're a Highnote customer, and we provide it with this template. So, one, deep professional knowledge, expert negotiation skills, extensive network. You evaluate sales contracts, saving time, solving problems, trusted advisor, guidance for future transactions, right? You want to really indicate to them you're not just getting someone just for one deal, right? It's a guidance, real estate advisor for life. Mitigating risk, constant professional development. They need to know that that you're being trained, right? You take licensing courses. You're always up to date on the latest legal developments. Real estate regulations and industry trends change. So, you're a professionally trained person, right? And so when they hire you, you're getting all of that knowledge and information. So include something like this, because again, most buyers don't know what a buyer agent does. They kind of know, but they don't really appreciate it. So you need to educate them. Now, let's begin. You're going to be meeting them. So send them an agenda. This is what we're going to be doing: introductions, capabilities, the real estate market, your housing search, and how we work together, right? Really general agenda to really frame the meeting with them. And then benefits of exclusive buyer representation, really telling them that, look, we should work on an exclusive level. You don't work with multiple agents. And so you want to make sure that you highlight that and talk about that. We've walked in your shoes, right? Showing empathy for the journey. Like, hey, we've done this a million times. Maybe you've bought properties before. So partnering with someone who understands profoundly the personal nature of searching for a home, right? Because they're scared. They're scared. They don't know what to do. They need someone they can trust. And so you want to assure them that they have a partner to work with them. Now, let's get you a home, right? Your housing search. Start talking about the search, how you help them search for properties. You may use a tool such as Real Scout. You may have your own collaborative property search tool. You may have access to off-market properties. You may have a huge network of agents that trade properties and talk about properties. Maybe you have access to new developments. Whatever it is, on how you can make the search easier and better for them, you need to discuss that here. And if off market is not part of your general work habit, it should be, right? There's a lot of, if you're at a big brokerage, especially, a lot of properties are coming to market and when they're coming to market just by being at that office. So knowing this information, knowing stuff ahead of time is really important to give your buyers an advantage. Home preferences, right? Let's discuss what you're looking for in a home, and really spend some time on that. And then also do your homework before you show up. Like, you got to know your market, right? Because you don't want to, it's during this time, like, yeah, I'm looking for a 4-bedroom, around 600,000 in this neighborhood. And if you know of properties that are not on the market right now, or that are coming to market or are currently on the market, this is where you talk about it, right? And this way you sound knowledgeable. And then you also want to know comps. You want to know how things have sold in general, what they've sold for, etc. And then the local real estate market overview, right? Discuss the national and local real estate market and how that affects your buying strategy. And so, there's a national market, obviously, there's a state, and there's also, a local town one, city one, neighborhood one. So really, really dive into the market trends. Buying a home, the home buying process. We provide this timeline. We have other timeline templates as well that really show, okay, this is the process: finding the home, escrow or in contract, the closing process, and then moving in. And then these are all the things in there. And then you really want to talk about how you help in all these things. So in all these steps, so they understand why they need to hire an agent and why you. Pre-approval, discuss how you have the the right lender contacts and why they're good, and why they should use yours. Making an offer, right? Discussing all the intricacies of the offer, in person, but you should include these in the buyer presentation, right? You may want to even show a contract and include a contract in here, so they're really, because the legal contract can be overwhelming. So including it really can help show that, hey, they need an agent to help them fill this offer out and advise them on how to do so. Home inspections and other contingencies. Talk about how home inspections are so important and how you can help identify these problems before buying a home. And every area has some peculiar inspection issues. Like in San Francisco, pest is a big one, termites, right? Another one is foundation, right? There's a lot of earthquakes. So there's you need to have structural engineering inspections sometimes. So having and I know certain areas have radon. They have some other areas are in landfill. So really talking about these things, the inspections, in this step, and then also what could go wrong and your experience with dealing with it. A couple of times we had to deal with mold, where we suspected mold in the house and we had a mold pre-inspection, and so et cetera. Closing on the home, talking about the closing process. You can include a more complicated document in this, but again, this is sort of an introduction in the buyer presentation, but really highlighting all the things that they're going to come up with, during closing, including costs, issues they may have, vesting, title vesting, handover, turnover of the property, etc. Home warranty. Discuss how you, the buyer, may want to buy a home warranty, or how you maybe provide one for free. There's a lot of times buyer agents will provide them for free. Okay, so now this section was buying a home, right? Now, after that, now you say, great, how do we work together, right? Okay, number one, understanding the elephant in the room, the NAR settlement. What was the lawsuit about? What are the key terms of the settlement? How are commissions currently charged? What does the proposed settlement mean for buyers and sellers, etc.? We provide this document for free. It's an FAQ. You may substitute it for your own, but it's included in this template. understanding how agents are compensated. In the past, the buyer agent was in most cases paid through commission sharing, right, with the listing agent. That is, you know, that could still happen, but it's not going to happen through the MLS. So really explaining to them the whole process in your area, how this will work. Some areas it will be that listing agents will continue to, or sellers will incentivize the buyers to bring their clients, right? And in some areas, the buyer is going to be paying the buyer agent directly. I don't think that's going to happen right away. But in other areas, the buyer and buyer agent are going to need to write it in their offer and ask for a seller concession. So you need to explain this, and in your market, it's going to be different everywhere. But this is the tricky part of the buyer presentation, right? Now, understanding buyer representation, include the agreement, include the buyer agency agreement that they are expected to sign, send it before the meeting. And then when you meet them at the meeting, if you do a good presentation in person and they trust you and like you and want to go, they're going to sign this. And our commitment to you, right? Really reassuring them that you're committed to them. And then another profile about you, and then your brokerage as well. So this is a sample template that we have just launched. And again, it's a pre-meeting buyer presentation template designed to be sent before the meeting. And I'm going to take questions right now. Let's see. Any questions about this?
Hey, Mark, a couple of people were asking if they can actually get emailed this template.
Yeah, we will send this out after this presentation. Very simple to do, and we'll send this out to everyone. Now, any other questions? This is I think it's pretty straightforward. You know, the point is actually building one, right? How do you build one? How do you do it? You know, we offer a done-for-you service now where we can build these for you. Our team will meet with you to personalize, one for you. And there's a separate cost for that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But anyway, so this is the pre-meeting. Now, let's talk about, if there's no other questions, I'm going to talk about what you should send if you did not close them at the appointment, right? And it's a follow-up one. And this is something that we do for listings all the time. It's a follow-up listing presentation. And this one's a follow-up buyer presentation. Now, what you do is if you really want this buyer, you should do this, right? And so you summarize the meeting. Here's a quick recap of what we talked about. And maybe you want to follow up on financing options, or quoting mortgage rates, or maybe providing your lender resources if you want to provide them at this point. Market insights, they may have more detailed questions about the market that you didn't or could not answer, and you said you're going to get back to them. Maybe comps, things like that. And then properties to consider. Very often during the in-person meeting, they already told you what they liked, and then you want to send them some properties that you can get them in to see, and making sure that they and you want to send stuff that are going to be exciting to them, right? They're like, oh yeah, I want to see that property, and so. But try to send them something that they don't know about, right? Because they've already probably been searching on Redfin or Zillow or whatever. Next steps: viewing and touring properties, right? That's what we do, making an offer, and reiterating what happens during the buying process, right? And then buyer resources, this is the home buying prop, reiterating this again, local area information, and let's get started. Including a buyer broker agreement in here and saying, look, we're going to get started. If you're ready to get started, sending them with your favorite, DocuSign or e-signature platform. Next, get them to sign, and that's it. We are going getting ready to go. And yeah, this is where your buyer your buyer agreement would go. You could maybe reiterate how how commissions are paid again in this section as well. Every market's a little bit different, and the sales practice and legal practice is going to be a little different. So make sure you could tailor these easily for your situation. And don't forget to put client testimonials. Here's what people are saying about me, provide client references, and then again, your commitment to them, in the buying process. So I am going to pause a second. Tony says we'll need a section for BRBC. Yes, absolutely. So maybe explaining the rules and regulations around buyer representation would be a good thing as well in this follow-up template. So that's the templates that I want to talk about. I'm going to give you those that are not Highnote customers. I'm going to give a little demo about what it is. If you are a Highnote customer, these templates are available for you. If you want us to set them up, is a separate cost for that. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. I'm going to talk about it right here. So if you're a Highnote customer and you want these set up for you, it's a done for you service. We can set up 2 of them for you, right? It's $5.99, or 1 of them for you, $3.49, right? If you buy 2, you save $100. And we also providing a money back guarantee. If you do not win business with the system and templates as described, you get your money back. So there is no risk for you doing this service. And we have a professional team of graphic designers and customer service advisors who help go through this with you as well. And you can just purchase this in your app. Now, I am going to, before I get into a demo of Highnote, and I'm going to show you a couple cool things on why, how this all works and how you put these together. I'm going to pause for some questions about the buyer presentation sections. Are there any sections or any questions you had?
Mark, there is a specific question that was raised. If there are Spanish version of those assets or the template itself, it's actually a good thing that you've asked, because these are templates that can easily be tailored, as Mark mentioned. And what he'll be showing later on is how you can easily customize those templates inside the Highnote app.
Yeah.
And
we don't have it.
Mhm.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
Jerome.
yes, the meeting or the webinar is recorded, so you will also be getting the recorded version
Right.
of this meeting.
Yeah, inside the templates, and I'll show you, right? This is a pre-meeting buyer presentation that I just made earlier. And these things are all changeable. So these are content blocks or assets, we like to call them. So we don't have it translated in Spanish, but that could be doable, right? This is doable. So for example, this one is the essential value agents provide, right? We don't have a Spanish translation service, but I'm sure we can do this, and you proofread it for that. So, but you could swap these out for anything you want. And so, for example, let's say I want to add a section in here, so I just could add. The things you can add are there's so many things you could add. You could add a file. You could add a link. You could add a section divider. You could add a block of text, and you could add a contact form. So like a lead contact form, for example. So I'm going to upload a file here. I'm going to drag it from my desktop, and let's say I am going to upload this demo file. This is a listing agreement that I'm uploading, and what it's doing is it's generating a picture of it, and then now we have AI, we have ChatGPT, all built into Highnote. and it will summarize your document, your uploaded document right here, so you don't have to type anything. Now, always double check this. AI is not perfect. So, but what it did was it summarized this document. It picked the first thing in here, understanding real estate agency relationships in California. And then, so it put this summary in here. Now, if you don't like it, you could always change it using our Enhance with AI feature. You can make it the same length, shorter, longer. You can make it casual, professional, happier, or keep the same tone. So it's a huge time saver in building these presentations. Now, you can move these sections up and down. You can change them in any way you want. You could change the pictures of them. And we have millions of built-in stock photos. So I heard someone say they're from Orlando. I am going to pick a picture from Orlando, Florida. And of course, it's going to be the Magic Capital, Magic Kingdom in Disneyland here. Now, what I want to do is demonstrate with you the analytics. And so I'm going to call this 815 Mastermind. And I'm going to require the email to view, right? So this way you can, if you're sending this to people that maybe a lot of different people, you can require email to view. So I'm going to place this in the chat. So everyone, click on that link and take a look at my new Orlando, Florida buyer presentation. And then I'm going to demonstrate to you the analytics around this. Now, these are live documents. So anything that you create here, you can change, and the document is live. Changes go live, and you can't do that if you email a PDF, right? Let's say, oh my gosh, I forgot to include something. You can do this, and it's instantly. You can change things, and you're instantly updated. All right. So did everyone click on it? So let's just take a look at what's going on. So David at dgre.com has opened this, checked out 2 of the 29 assets, checked out the video, and congratulations a couple times. Joanna from EXP looked at one of the items and looked at congratulations. Office at Key West Home opened it but didn't check out any of the assets. Good, she's just browsing it. David at David Libertor checked out my brokerage office for a few seconds, 15 seconds, and on and on and on. So it shows, exactly who's been looking at it, how long, when, what device. And most people are using Chrome. I see MS Tanya at Earthlink using Edge, an Edge browser. So it must be a Windows device. Mobile, real estate at glenmo.com. Is using mobile Chrome, right? So you know what's been going on with your lead, and then you know exactly how to follow up. And we email you this information. We also email you when they don't read the presentation. So really powerful way to close deals. Joanna at EXP looked at 5 more documents now. So she's going through it a lot. And so again, you use this to understand your reader, your lead, and you win deals this way. All right. Yeah, David, exactly. Yeah, questions. So Karen also asked a question. But David asked, is there a way to organize these so they can personalize them? Absolutely. So all you got to do is use drag and drop and slide these around and move them any way you want. So, I could move this up and down. I could delete this image news one, right? I could hide things. So I could just say hide, and it's still there, but it's hidden from the reader. I could choose to change this image any way I want. So you could design it any way you want, right? We give you the template to get started, and then you finish it, or we could finish it with you. So does that answer your question? All right, Karen, Highnote presentation, my weekly newsletter. Absolutely. A lot of people use it for newsletters. We have a built with Highnote section on our website that showcases all the different use cases that sales professionals are using Highnote for. So there's a lot of sponsorship opportunity. They're using it to promote sponsorship opportunities. Recruiting, right? Someone's recruiting for real. And these are published by the agents, and they make it available for everyone. So a lot of people use it for talking about, let's say, a business plan, right? You need to enter your email for this. So, so many use cases. So, customized item. Yeah, sure. You could customize them. So David's asking, customizing them for each client. You can absolutely do that. So what you could say is, happy, can't wait to meet you, David, right? Or then you could say, David, thank you for considering your, et cetera. And you could tailor it for them, right? And then you could put in things that you think would, be of interest to them or not. So, I mean, and remove the things that are not. You mentioned, for example, the post presentation template and post. Yes, absolutely. So you can insert things, anything you want, any link you want, any video or whatever. So, so let me see if I could find a link. You could text the presentation too, Karen. We don't have mail merging, David, stuff like that yet. And then, you could text these links. You could post them and make them web pages. We do have parameters that you can append to the URL. And there's a help doc around that. So you can definitely do that, Alina. All right. I'm going to continue with the conversation here and then field questions as we go. So again, Highnote's a game changer for the industry. Rare 5-star review from Inman. And we were a finalist for the Inman Innovator Award. We also were invested in by NAR and part of the Reach class of 2023. I don't have that slide in here right now. Bottom line, it wins deals. It collects and delivers everything all in one slick new presentation that readers love and deliver you analytics. It's in summary, it's the smartest way to deliver a presentation. It's very easy for the recipient to peruse and understand. You could do the same thing in a PDF, but it would be 65 pages. So that's what Highnote does. And with a Highnote, it doesn't strike the recipient as overwhelming. So this is a great testimonial that really clarifies what Highnote is and does. And we have mobile responsive, so you can check that out. Open that link in mobile. It's optimized for mobile. But again, drag and drop, easy to modify on the fly, notifications and analytics. Highnote lets you be the proverbial fly on the wall. AI, we have AI features in here. We're continuing to improve them. AI is going to be a big thing. We have some other great AI features coming up. Stay tuned. So the pricing, if you're not a Highnote customer, it's $39 a month. We just raised prices. Well, we haven't raised them. We're going to raise them. So you could take advantage of the old pricing if you buy now. The old pricing is $35 a month and $29 a month if you buy annually. But the prices are going up. They're supposed to go up today. We haven't pushed them live yet. I think we're going to delay them 2 more weeks while we get the messaging right, and then upgrading all our systems. But it's $399 a year, the new price. The old price is $359.88, which brings it to $29 a month. So if you want to take advantage of that, let us know in the chat. And again, you can add on the done for you personalized winning presentation package. $349 for a single one where we customize it for you, and we provide you a guarantee that you're going to win more business. $599 for 2. And it saves $100 if you buy 2 off that. Now, the guarantee, let me tell you what this guarantee is. If you use these templates and presentations, right, we set them up for you though, right? We have to set them up for you and use Highnote as described. And if it doesn't help you win more buyers or sellers, we will refund your money. Okay, you have 6 months. Part is guarantee. So from the date of purchase, and we set these up for you. You have 6 months and to get a money back guarantee refund. And guaranteed you're going to win more deals. Why? Because we use this ourselves and we win all the time with this system. Now, this is the price. If you buy annually, and you add the done for you packages, total price $9.97. Go there, highnote.io, purchase. And we're also have a new discount code just for today, just for this mastermind. Highnote 15% off. It's 15% off your purchase. So if you use the code Highnote 15% off, save $150 today. And that's could be off of Highnote, the done for you packages, the templates, the done for you templates and packages, or both. The 15% off the subscription is for 1 year. So you get 15% off the first year. And again, the done for you package is a one-time setup fee with a money back guarantee on these templates that we're providing to you. All right, questions. Printing. We're adding print features to it, but it's a Highnote. It's a website, right? A Highnote is a web page with many links. So you can print, but it's not designed to be something you print to bring to the presentation. It's designed to be a digital interactive presentation, but we are adding print features to it, but you can't print today. You go live with the person. Do I just bring a computer and go over a Highnote in person? Well, you could, but you need internet, right? So we are adding a feature offline mode so that you can use your Highnote presentations offline. So that's, but the idea is you send something great before your appointment, and then at the appointment, you're talking with them and you're going over why you as a service, etc. And then do you have a code for the done for you? Yeah, you can use this Highnote 15% off to get a code for the done for you. And if you're a Highnote customer, you can just purchase inside of your account. If you go into your menu, I'll show you here. If you go in here and your account settings, you can easily add the presentations in here, and you could add the add the code in here as well. So if you add the code in here, Highnote 15% off, it will give you 15%. Of course, it's invalid. Wait, did I type it in wrong? I think I typed it in wrong. I know 15% off. 15% off. I typed it in wrong. But anyway, it works. And if it doesn't, just respond to us. How do you get the $359 price? Well, if you buy today, the price is rolled out. We have rolled out. All right. Reach out to us if you want the old price, Glenn. I didn't realize we rolled out the price already, but reach out to us. We can give you the old price. And reach out to me or Jerome. And we can give you the old price because I promised it. Is there a monthly subscription including both the listing buyers presentation templates? So you can buy Highnote monthly. Absolutely. There's a 15% cost savings if you buy annually, right? And then the templates are just one-time charges. Don't kill me, but what advantages do you have over your competitors? Well, I mean, I won't kill you, but I don't think there's another tool out there like this, and that provides the simplicity of building the presentations, plus the analytics and notifications, plus it's specifically for real estate. I don't know of another tool out there like this. There may be other tools that have similar things, but there are issues with them. They're fixed. maybe not as flexible. You could build any sort of presentation with Highnote quickly. It was designed by real estate agents for real estate agents. And I know a real estate agent, you're busy and you're tech challenged. You're not always great with tech. You want simple, quick, easy. And that's what Highnote was designed to be for and for real estate agents. So those are some of the things. Not only that, it's beautiful and it's easy to be beautiful with Highnote, right? Other tools, you need to spend a lot of time to make them beautiful. But really, we provide all of the tools in here designed to have the maximum effect on winning buyers and listings. Let's see. Success, you can send the questions here. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? All right. So, yep, we have a recording. And again, the offer is Highnote 15% off. Highnote 15% off. Yes, we have designers too. That's who does the done for you. So we also offer, I didn't talk about this, but we also offer limited design work for your material. So let's say you're uploading, a buyer presentation you already have and you want to include it in here. But you want to redo it a little bit. We offer that service now on an hourly rate. And we're just rolling that out. So reach out to us. We can set you up with a designer to help customize your materials. Jim, yes, Highnote hosts the presentation, exactly. And we simply share the link to our clients through our own email, correct? Text or socials, exactly. Cool. Awesome. Yep, we're gonna give a recording and we're gonna send out the code. We're gonna send out the templates. And we will send out how you take advantage of the old pricing as well. So, all right, it is 12 and we are done. Part of a free gift for you guys is a complete guide to building winning buyer presentations. Scan this, get a QR code. I mean, this is the QR code, scan this, and you'll get emailed this free guide on how to build great winning buyer presentations to win every appointment. So get that. And all right, another question. Annie, what is her question? Let's see. Yeah, thank you, Jim. There is nothing quite like Highnote. I agree. So Annie, post your question if you have one, and then we could wrap up. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Deborah. Awesome. Thank you, David. Cool. Yeah, and reach out to us anytime. This thing is designed to win buyers and sellers, and we stand by it. All right, let me just make sure I'm not missing a question. Any question? Done for you package include. Yeah, the done for you, David, the done for you package includes an onboarding call and draft designs for your templates. And then we sit with you and show you how to make slight modifications in the future to them. But we set them up for you. We go through, set them up for your profile, your brokerage, etc. You can edit them for clients. Absolutely. You can edit, you make copies of them. Basically, the way Highnote works is you can personalize these. You get one done, and then you can make a copy. See, duplicate. So you make a copy and then you can make another one. So you're like, oh, can't wait to meet you, Jennifer, right? Or and then you can make a listing presentation out of it. You can make a anything out of it, property marketing, whatever you want. All right. Thank you, Diane. Great information. Thank you. Okay. Cool. We will send everything out in the following email, and thank you for joining, everyone. And we will have these talks once a month. Thanks again, everyone.